What is Conspiracy? Conspiracy is a new Magic the Gathering multiplayer draft format that's unlike any set you've ever drafted. From the moment you crack your first pack, you better watch yourself, because there are mechanics that can affect the cards you draft and even how many you draft. Then, once the 8 of you split into 2 4-player games, there are cards that let you vote on how to play it, cards that punish whoever is winning, and even the conspiracies, cards that can change the whole game. So I've assembled a team of faces you might recognize to experience Conspiracy for the first time. They're no strangers to drafting, but they've never seen these cards before. We're throwing them in at the deepest end of Conspiracy. Let's hope they learn how to swim. I'll let them introduce themselves.
I'm Marshall Sutcliffe. I do the Limited Resources podcast and coverage for Wizards of the Coast, and I'm here because I love to draft.
I'm Nathan Holt. I'm the host of Walking the Plains, and I believe I was brought here because I can smile and be a villain.
I'm Chris Kluwe. I played in the NFL for a little over 8 years, and I have a confession to make. I'm sorry, Reddit, but Adrian Peterson does not actually play Magic. Down, vote away.
I'm Kenji Egashira, better known as Numat the Nummy, popular Magic online streamer. I think they brought me here to get down and dirty.
I'm Toby Elliot, level 5 judge, member of the Commander Rules Committee, and I suspect I'm here because they needed somebody who might know what's going on.
I'm Brian David Marshall. I host a podcast about jackhammers. I'm a Magic commentator. I'm the Pro Tour historian. And I think I'm here because of my extensive knowledge of crop circles.
Hi, I'm David Williams, professional poker player and longtime Magic Pro Tour player. And I'm here because people know me.
I'm Kathleen De Vere, cat enthusiast and magic joke writer. I think I'm here because who better to invite to a conspiracy?
All right, everyone. You've all drafted many times before, but you've never drafted like this. So let's play Conspiracy.
First
I don't even know what that is, but
I don't understand what this does.
I've got a new mechanic here, which is pretty sweet.
This doesn't have a casting cost.
Conspiracies start in the command zone and can have sweeping effects on the game, sometimes before the game even starts. You can have more than one, they don't count as a card in your deck, and some of them remain hidden until you reveal your master plan.
Do I have to pick this as my card from the pack?
Yeah, you draft them as...
I first picked a Conspiracy because I thought, well, this seems powerful because, you know, you don't have the opportunity cost of putting it in your deck. It's like, even if it has a minor effect, it's free.
I don't know how fast or slow this format is.
I don't want to reveal.
So I have like a 9-drop in here that I really want.
There's just a whole lot of stuff to consider that you don't necessarily have to during a normal draft. How mad am I going to make other players if I play this card? Then I just had this gigantic target painted on my chest. So there's a lot of cards you just have to sort of reevaluate, and you have to take a look at these new things.
Okay, I have to reveal this card as I draft it.
Okay.
I was debating whether to reveal this, but I hope you guys let me have fun. Note how many cards you've drafted this round, including this card, Lurking Automaton, so it'll be 1. It enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it equal to the highest number of cards noted. So right now, because I have one of these, it'll be a 1/1. But if I somehow get more later, it'll be bigger, so I hope you guys don't screw me. Well, this card could be cool if there are more open and I'm able to monopolize them and get some later so that, you know, say I get 1/8 pick, now all of them are going to be 8/8s in my deck. This one here is going to be a 1/1 at best unless I get more. So right now, it's not going to be very good.
I'm going to take this Cogwork Spy.
What does that do?
Well, I have to reveal it as I draft it, and then I can look at the next card drafted from this booster pack.
You get to see what he takes? No way.
That is awesome. 3-mana 2/1 flyer, too.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
And it's actually playable?
I didn't really know what to expect from the draft, but I figured because of the spoilers I'd seen that it would be some kind of like meta draft interaction. So I took a couple of the Cogwork Spies just so I could see what people were drafting on either side of me.
All right, I'm going to draft this Whisper Seer Sneak face up. It's a 1-mana 1/1. During the draft, I might turn Whisper Seer Sneak face down. If I do, look at any unopened booster pack in the draft, or any booster pack not being looked at by another player. And I'm going to look at my next pack.
Yes.
What if you look at my pack?
Well, then I could look at your pack.
But that's my favorite part, is opening it. You can't look at my pack.
Just total
You
trolling
leave me alone,
people.
Kenji.
You know what? Now, just to spite you, I want to look at your next pack. So originally, my plan was to look at open my pack, my next booster, while still drafting the previous pack, and set up what I was going to do. And then Marshall mentioned something, and I just had to, get him good.
That new card smell.
Do I have to watch? He's opening my booster pack. This isn't fair.
Yeah, it's so good.
no.
It's so good.
You monster. I thought we were friends. You just smelled my booster pack.
You brought it upon yourself.
That's what I really like about this format, is that, you know, you can really experience a special moment with your very close friends.
Oh my god. I had to pass a lot of conspiracies to Marshall, which is, I think, kind of how he made his deck.
One of these piles are conspiracies.
All right, it's time to open pack 3, guys.
Yeah.
Let's see what
Wow,
happens.
this smells great.
Oh, that,
Kenji, how do you live with yourself?
that smell. Lore Seeker. Reveal Lore Seeker as you draft it. After you draft Lore Seeker, you may add a booster pack to the draft.
Nice.
What?
If you bring in a booster pack from a completely different set, what is that going to do with card interaction?
We've prepared some options for you of Zendikar, Future Sight, Lorwyn, or Cold Snap.
That's pretty awesome.
My initial thought was, wow, this is amazing. And then I realized he was on my left, and I would be getting the goods from the new pack 8th. I was kind of bummed out.
Well, will of the council. What do people want to see?
In the spirit of weird things happening, I vote for Future Sight, one of the weirdest
That
Magic
is
sets
true.
ever.
All right, so Future Sight, all right. You're opening up those cards and seeing like Dredge and, and Delve, and I'm just like, oh boy, this could get really bad really quick.
So I get past the Planeswalker, and I feel like, you know, the Magic gods have looked kindly upon me, or maybe they're trolling me. I haven't quite figured it out, because it's Dak Faden, the greatest thief in the multiverse, which is somebody who I've had a pretty tumultuous relationship with over the years. I used to have to read a promo at the Pro Tour that referenced him being the greatest thief in the multiverse, and a lot of people teased me because I had to read that every time. And now all of a sudden, I'm holding him in my hand, staring at him, and he's looking back at me like, pick me? And I did, because he's awesome.
See what I mean?
Oh my God.
He's so good.
And so handsome.
I'm taking
too.
that.
What is the rule if you have a Cogwork librarian and you also just want to take another one? Can you take 4 cards out of a pack?
If you have 2, each of them gives you an additional pick out of that pack. If you put them both into the same pack, then you'll get 3 picks out of that pack.
I ended up taking, I believe, a Chartooth Cougar to help with the mana fixing, and a Bite of the Black Rose, and a Plea for Power out of the same pack.
I'm happy with the deck I put together. The cuts were very hard. Some of them pained me deeply.
That was traumatic. I just want to say, is anyone else a little traumatized?
I'm traumatized by my deck.
I couldn't believe I was passing a ton of cards either direction. You know, just there are so many solid cards or fun cards that you want to take.
How'd it go?
My deck is sweet. You know, this is like a 4-player game. Like, it'll go for a while. And I'm looking at my deck and I'm like, I might not live. Like, I might kill myself from decking. Now, I'm a little nervous. All right, let's see who's playing who. All right. Don't look. I get the last one.
Forest.
Mountain. You're dead. I'm gonna kill you.
1, 2, 3. As soon as I saw that I was paired with Chris, Dave, and Toby, I thought these were a bunch of really nice guys, and we're all going to get along and be friendly and really try to make alliances with one another.
Oh, do I want to keep you?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Can't keep 6 lands.
Dave, Nate, and Chris are great people. We're going to have a really fun game. One of the cards in Conspiracy is Squirrel Nest.
Squirrel Nest. Oh my god.
Squirrel Nest.
Here they come.
I love squirrels. So Squirrel Nest, for those of you who have not had the joy before, is enchantment on a land, tap that land, get a squirrel.
That's something that really needs to be dealt with, or we're going to be overwhelmed by a deluge of small furry creatures.
I'm not worried at all. As long as those squirrels don't bother me, though, I don't think I mind.
I have a looter and 6 lands in hand. I pray mercy. A lot of people laugh at the tactic of showing the table your hand in a free-for-all game, but it's really effective because it just shows everybody you're not the threat.
I'm going to play a Dimir Doppelganger.
Oh, sweet.
It's a 0/2, 1 colorless, 1 blue, 1 black. Exile target creature card from a graveyard. Dimir Doppelganger becomes a copy of that card and gains this ability.
In the meantime, I'll just play a Liliana Spectre. Each of you have to discard a card. And that is the tax for me not killing each of your beautiful 3-mana spells. Liliana Spectre is an interesting card in a multiplayer game because it affects everyone else but you, so it could be viewed as putting a pretty big target on yourself.
I'm going to cast Galvanic Juggernaut, and I'm going to reveal one of my conspiracy cards.
Uh-oh.
I was really psyched to cast Galvanic Juggernaut. My Galvanic Juggernauts have haste. So I think because this might be the scariest card out, you have a Death Toucher, and I like squirrels. I'm gonna have to come at you.
Throw squirrels under those wheels.
I cannot throw my doppelganger under the Juggernaut bus.
I know that when people are at 20 life, as opposed to Commander where everybody's at 40 life, a crucial swing in for 5 damage late in the game can often be the difference between life and death.
End of your turn. It is my honor to make the very first squirrel of the format.
Squirrel!
I'm mighty sick of your hitting me for 2. So Bassandra Battle Seraph. Ooh. 4/4 flyer. Players can't cast spells during combat, and I can pay red to make things attack.
Ooh. Guess I'll just have to kill her.
Unhallowed Pact. Enchant creature. When enchanted creature dies, return that card to the battlefield under your control.
I was gonna save this for the squirrel's nest. I'm gonna have to mortify the doppelganger.
Mortify's in the set.
Mortify. All right. I'm going to reveal
Oh no, what the hell?
2 of my things. So whenever I cast Split Decision, it costs 1 colorless less, and whenever I cast it, I can draw a card. Split Decision for 1 blue mana. Will of the Council. Choose target instant sorcery or spell. You can choose to either counter it or duplicate it. So I'm voting cancel.
Copy.
Cancel.
Copy.
Copies have it.
Copies have it.
I know you voted with me, but that squirrel's nest is just the worst. It is the worst. And I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to kill the squirrels.
Well, in your instep, while we're at it, Cassandra had a tragic slip. She flipped and fell and broke her angel wings. I'm sorry.
Conspiracies are insane.
Rago's representative. While voting, you get an additional vote.
On your instep, Toby, I'm going to cast the classic magic spell of Factor Fiction.
What? That's in here? To see a card like that was in this set and I didn't get to draft one, which is unfortunate, and he gets to play one, was pretty shocking because it's kind of an unfair card.
Reflecting Pool.
It's a land. That's
Mountain. Volcanic Fallout. 3 mana instant. Volcanic Fallout can't be countered. It deals 2 damage to each creature and each player. Boldweir Intimidator. And lastly, yes, Plea for Power. Each player votes for time or knowledge. If time gets more votes, take an extra turn after this one. If knowledge gets more votes, or is tied, draw 3 cards.
Ancestral or Time Walk, which is insane.
The cards that were revealed were really bad for all of us.
As much as it pains me to put a Plea for Power in my graveyard, I'm going to make the sober choice and take Volcanic Fallout and the Boldweir Intimidator. Heartless Hidatsugu.
They made that? Oh my.
4/3, and you can tap him. He will deal damage to each player equal to half of that player's life total, rounded down.
Unhallowed Pact on Heartless Hidatsu.
You have a single white. Do you have Swords to Plowshares in your hand?
I probably need to act, and I've got 1 mana up, and I can Swords to Plowshares it, so I'm going to do that.
All right, hold on. Nope, because I drew a card from Future Sight, which allows me to counter that spell. Logic Knot, which I drew. And I will delve out.
Chris, I have a question.
Yep.
Did you get this Logic Knot from a booster pack of Future Sight that you got with a conspiracy card?
I believe I did get that from a booster pack of Future Sight. I don't think anyone was expecting a counter spell.
Now, Volcanic Fallout, and I'm going to reveal
Oh no.
my conspiracy cards. Post-it note says Volcanic Fallout. Double Stroke. Whenever I cast the instant or sorcery that I've named with Double Stroke, I may copy it.
He's actually casting 2 Volcanic Fallouts.
The board clear wasn't really good for us. It was good for him. Extract from Darkness. Each player puts the top 2 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Then I get to put a creature card from a graveyard into the battlefield under my control. I chose the Heartless Hidatsugu in the hopes that no one else had an ability to wipe the board again.
Reign of the Pit. Each player sacrifices a creature. I get an XX Black Demon creature token with flying. X is the total number of power that was killed.
So you just get a 9/9?
Flyer.
My deck is already a little cold to flyers, and doesn't really handle 9/9s unless I have Swords to Plowshares, so that's not going to be pretty.
That's not good at all.
Anything to persuade me to attack somebody else? I want to do something diplomatic and ask people to cut a deal with me. I have a 9/9 flying demon. You have a precious life total. Do you want to make me an offer?
Bring it.
Oh, there's a man.
Pick on a football player.
Yeah, bring it.
All right, I'm gonna lead with the head.
Boosh!
Oh,
He just takes it
Felt
like a
so
champ.
wrong.
look at champ. You're at 3.
I'm at 3.
I couldn't not come at him.
I hope you guys have a way to deal 3 damage to him. because this is all I got.
Oh, well, we might.
So I have a play that I think is amazing, but actually isn't, which is really sad. Magus of the Mirror, hidden agenda, creatures you control with the chosen name have haste. 6 mana, Magus of the Mirror,
My heart jumps in my throat.
tap, sacrifice Magus of the Mirror, exchange life totals with target opponent.
Oh, wait, no.
Oh, it's only during upkeep. Damn it! Oh, so close.
The panic becomes elation, and my heart is still beating at a mile a minute, but now I'm giddy and mad with power. I'm going to attack you with my 9/9 flying demon squirrel, and I'm going to attack you with my Chartooth cougar.
Yep, if I...
No blocks.
No blocks.
GG, gentlemen. GG.
Chris.
Yep.
Foiled by rules.
Foiled by rules. They need to change that.
Remember that old extract from darkness?
Yep.
Well, it just so happens I drafted a copy as well. I'm gonna take Bassandra Battle Seraph.
Yep. So I've got one out here. I have a plummet somewhere in this deck.
What?
I have Terastodon. Terastodon is a 9/9. It enters the battlefield and destroys up to 3 target non-creature permanents, and for each each permanent destroyed this way, put a 3/3 elephant onto the battlefield. Well, that's incredibly cool, but I'm very dead here.
I'm going to attack you with Bassandra, and Dave, I'll attack you with the 9/9 demon and the Chartooth cougar.
This will block the demon, so I will take 9 but gain 2, so I will net lose 7. I will go to 9.
Toby?
I will take 4 to the face and die horribly.
Despite his menagerie of elephants that he's proudly displayed, it was all for naught.
All right, let's see. What can I draw? Doesn't quite do it. Because it takes 2 red and 2 to make a guy unable to block, correct?
1 red and 3, so 4 mana total.
Good game.
Thank you. I dreamed of this. The game was fluid, fun, there were big plays, everybody got to do something sweet. That's really all you need from a free-for-all multiplayer game.
BDM keeps trying to keep it on the down low. Oh, my deck's not that good. It's fine. And whenever he says that, I know he's got something going on.
Marshall's been cackling about his greatest thief in the multiverse. So I'm really not excited about playing him right now.
I'm gonna crush all of them.
I have 2 conspiracies. One, which is a secret.
My goodness.
Yeah, I have 2 conspiracies. One of them's foiled.
Well, I've got 6 conspiracies. It was kind of fun to get to the table and flip over all of my conspiracies at the same time because I drafted them very highly. So 2 of them are Sentinel Dispatch, which says that at the beginning of the first upkeep, I get a 1/1 colorless construct artifact creature token with Defender.
Wait, what? I did not take the right conspiracies.
And the other one is that my minimum deck size is reduced by 5, so my deck is 35 cards.
But you could have played 36.
I could have, but I decided not to. Wait.
You know, going back to the draft, I was pretty upset I didn't take any of the conspiracies. I saw a lot of them. I was like, maybe that's not that good. And then...
Wow. No commitment.
Play an island, I will cast Favorable Winds, an enchantment. Creatures I control with flying get +1/+1. I cast the Favorable Winds, and immediately I just get some blank stares. Little do they know what I have in store for them.
Reveal a hidden agenda, which is Secrets of Paradise. So my Gnarlid packs make 1 mana of any color when I tap them. I'm going to use that for white, and I'm going to play Senvala Explorer Returned. Selvala. Explorer Returned is it costs white, green, and 1. It's a 2/4. Legendary Elf Scout, and it has Parlay. So I can tap it. Each player reveals the top card of their library, and then for each non-land card revealed that way, I add green to my mana pool and gain 1 life.
For each non-land card?
Yes, and then we all draw a card.
I will play the Greatest Thief.
Oh no.
In the multiverse. So I get to target player draws 2, then discards 2. Dak Fate.
Play an Elvish Aberration.
What's that do?
It's a 4/5 that I can tap for green.
So you have infinite mana.
I do.
Noted.
By turn 4, I had all the mana I would ever need in the game.
3 conspiracies.
All naming?
All naming Screaming Seahawk.
I'm really jealous at that moment when Marshall flips those all over.
So the first one is Brago's Favor. And it says, spells with a chosen name you cast cost 1 less to cast. So they cost 1 cheaper. And then the other 2, one of them is Luzio's Preparations. The creature with the name gets a +1/+1 counter when it enters the battlefield. And the last one is Immediate Action, which says the card that you named gets haste. And
So hold on.
okay.
They cost 1 less to cast.
Yes.
They come in with a +1/+1 counter.
Yes.
And they have haste?
They also, I get to search another one up whenever I cast one.
On turn 4, he has a steady supply of 3/3 haste creatures.
Oh, good!
1 white, 2 colorless. I'm gonna play Rousing of Souls.
What does this
It's a
do?
sorcery parlay. Each player is going to reveal the top card of their library. For each non-land card revealed this way, I get to put a 1/1 white spirit token with flying onto the battlefield, and then everybody draws that card. So, with a favorable wins already on the battlefield, I was feeling pretty confident I would get at least, 1 or 2.
Please don't let him, because he can just take over the game immediately.
I've revealed the land.
Oh, God!
Land, 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 land. Nothing.
Savagely outplayed.
Brick.
Swing and a miss.
I did not get any creatures. I spent 3 mana to draw a card and let each of my opponents draw a card.
It was unreal.
So I have the Academy Elite. They are a human wizard, and they enter the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters, where X is the number of instant and sorcery cards in all graveyards. And I thought that'll be amazing. But thanks to Kenji's whiff, it'll be 1.
Yeah, it'll be 1. Do you need a dice?
Yeah. I know I have a card that can bounce this thing. It is one of the requirements that I have to bounce something to my hand. So maybe I can recycle this and get value out of it later. I just need a scrap of paper I can wad up into a sad ball.
Is it a flyer?
No.
What is going on? Like, she knows better. I've played against her before, and I thought she wouldn't play something like that, but it turns out she had a longer game plan than that.
I'm going to activate Selvala.
Oh boy.
I've revealed a Brainstorm.
Island.
Okay, so I get 3 green for that. Play Howling Wolf. I'm going to go get 2 more Howling Wolves and put them in my hand. I need to reveal my Muzio's Preparations. He's entered play with a +1/+1 counter on it. I play Palaka Worm.
Resolves.
And I gain 7.
What did I put you at?
31, and a Palaka Worm on the same turn, and it's turn 5. Which is kind of insane.
Brago King Eternal. 1 white, 1 blue, 2 colorless. It's a 2/4 flying. When Brago King Eternal deals combat damage to a player, exile any number of target non-land permanents you control, then return those to the battlefield under their owner's control.
So it blinks a bunch of stuff if it hits somebody?
Yep.
Do you have any flying blockers?
I don't.
Ah, take 1.
I'm at 30.
Yeah!
BDM's going to win this game
There's no way.
if we don't do anything.
The person who's going to win the game is the person with the Planeswalker that's threatening to go lethal here.
I'll admit I'm in a firm second. I've got ground creatures that I can either chump with or trade off. I've got 2 3/3 flyings in the air, and I've got Dak Faden ticking dangerously upward towards his ultimate.
Sending everybody at Dak Faden.
Dak down.
Okay.
I'm feeling pretty good about this because he is diverting, or he's not even paying attention to me. I'm kind of just dirtling around still with my little weenie flyers.
Activate. Oh.
Ooh.
All right, I gained 3.
In Dak Faden.
Kathleen has been talking down her deck the whole draft. And then it turns out that she also has Dak Faden.
Well, he's left Marshall's side, but he's still in it for the fight.
All right, go to attacks.
Yep.
Anybody? BDM, both Screaming Seahawks coming to you.
I'm at 27.
You took 6?
Yeah, I'm at 27.
Play another favorable wins here.
I'm scared. This is a card that you'll sometimes see people play when they shouldn't, and Kenji's not one of those people.
Sorry, Brian, but
Yeah.
attack you for 8 in the air.
Sure. I'm at 19.
Brago's going to trigger. I'm going to flicker both of these so they come back to me untapped.
I'm gonna play another Courier Hawk, and then I will flip over my Conspiracy, which, like BDM's, Secrets of Paradise, cards I control, named Courier Hawk, can tap.
So you made a Birds of Paradise.
Yeah!
That's awesome.
Dak will come out when Dak needs to come out, but he's not really doing anything because there's no artifacts I can take control of.
So you didn't play Dak.
I know, I have a plan.
Interesting.
I don't need to make Marshall draw cards because I think he's gonna mill himself out on his own.
I will attack Marshall with 3/3 Howling Wolf, Palaka Worm, and 2 Elvish Aberrations.
How much power is that?
7, 10, 18.
Double block Howling Wolf.
Okay.
With the Construct and the Manami Scroll Keeper, and I'm gonna block an Elvish Aberration with my Construct.
So you take 11?
I'm taking 11.
Are you tapped out?
I am.
Good.
Oh, jeez.
So before Marshall's turn, I'm gonna Ether trade wins to return your Reach Spider to your hand and my Academy Elite to mine.
Oh, nice.
I got my stupid sad 1/1 back into my hand, and now I can recast it for $1 billion because he's been brainstorming this whole time, and I can get that Spore Cap Spider out of the way. So as long as Marshall doesn't betray me and just suddenly form an alliance with BDM, and why would he do that? Things are looking up.
Or we could forge some sort of alliance.
Oh, now this is interesting.
I'll stop attacking you.
All right, done. I'm now desperate. So I'm asking BDM for help.
Okay. No more fighting? No more fighting.
Oh, come on! What?
So I
We
just
formed an
wanna,
alliance.
I just want to say, are you going to make the correct play this turn if we have an alliance?
Yes.
Okay. Brian, I'm going to go to combat.
Yep.
I'm going to attack you with both my flyers.
I'm at 8.
Play Magister of Worth, starting with me, and I have an additional vote. Each player votes for Grace or Condemnation. If Grace gets more votes, each player returns each creature card from his or her graveyard to the battlefield. If Condemnation gets more votes, or the vote is tied, destroy all creatures other than Magister of Worth. I will vote twice for Condemnation.
Absolutely 100% condemnation. These are literally some of my worst creatures. I don't have my good enchantments down. This is fantastic for me.
But that's 3 votes, right? So it's just over.
Yeah.
All right, I'm playing an Academy and Elite.
So 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, that's better.
Pretty big.
Play a Radar Lantern. For 3 mana, I can put target card from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library.
Wakestone Gargoyle, which is a 3/4 defender. And then I'm going to put Unquestioned Authority on it. When Unquestioned Authority enters the battlefield, draw a card. Enchanted creature has protection from creatures.
So you made a 1/4 with protection from creatures?
I made a 3/4 with protection from creatures.
With flying, right?
Yeah, with flying.
Okay, that's
Very good.
annoying.
Council Guardian. When the Council Guardian enters the battlefield, starting with you, each player votes for blue, black, red, or green, and Council Guardian gains protection from each color with the most votes or tied for the most votes. So it's really between red and green. And I'm gonna have to say green because he's putting his creatures back into his deck. He's getting recursion. I gotta be in here for the long haul.
So what color do you want to say? Are we allowed to discuss?
Like, I don't see a voter booth. It seems fine to me. Let's get her.
All right, black.
Black.
Green.
Thank you, Kenji. Yes, everything I've ever wanted. This is like Christmas, except somebody else is unhappy. It's everybody's favorite person. It's Dr. Fenton.
Don't look at me. Just don't look over here. We're fine.
How many cards are in your library, Marshall?
7.
There's 5.
No, Kathleen, leave me alone. And she, sure enough, targets me with Dax +1 ability, making me draw 2, discard 2, and basically sealing my fate. Draw.
Marshall, you're at 9 life.
Correct.
You have no flyers.
That is correct.
I'm going to move to combat.
Okay.
I'm going to declare both of these creatures attacking you.
Kenji sees the opening. He says, how much are you at? I'm like, 9. He's like, I've got 9 powers of flyers. I'm going to just kill you. And he finishes me off.
Play an Air Servant, which is a 6/5.
I feel like I'm not long for this world, so I'm taking your lantern.
She just took the Radar Lantern from me, and now I'm kind of like, all right, these are the cards I have to work with.
I can get you for lethal because this has protection from green, and you don't. And this has protection from creatures.
Okay. I am dead. I have no blocks.
I have Swords of Plowshards in my hand. I decide to use it.
Really, Kenji?
I'm gonna save you for a turn. I'm gonna Swords the flying guy.
No, Kenji, why? Actually, this is probably good for me if I stay in the game because it means that he's gotten this like Swords of Plowshares out of his hand, which he was gonna get out of his hand anyhow to get rid of that flyer, which was my only line of defense. But no.
Maybe a mistake.
7, pull off a worm.
You're at 10, right?
I am at 10.
So Brian, I'm gonna attack you for 10 in the air with these 2, and Kathleen with a 5/5.
I will take 5 and go to.
Now I am legitimately dead.
So now it's me and Kathleen. I just killed BDM. I have a bunch of big flyers with an Air Servant.
How many cards do you have in your library?
9 cards. Unfortunately, I'm running thin on cards, and she has an active DAC Vaden.
Basis cell on your Air Servant.
Oh, sure. So it doesn't untap. Okay. Luckily, I can still use the ability to tap down her flyers, and I still have a few more. But that was my largest creature.
I'm going to plus DAC again
Sure.
to draw 2 cards. And discard 2 cards. Kenji is close to being milled out here, but he still has like 9 cards in his library. So even if I make him draw 3 a turn, he's still got 3 more turns. But he has cards in hand. If he has cards in hand, I could be drawing him into gas. The thing is, I know my deck has more gas. I can gain life, because I have a Peace Strider in there, and I have that Ajani Sunstriker, and I have stasis cells. I need to keep drawing into those. I'm gonna attack you for 1.
I will go to 4.
Go.
I'm going to move to combat. I'm going to
Okay.
attack you with my Silent Arbiter.
You know what? Let it through.
Okay, take 1.
I go to 11.
Luckily for me, I drew a Glimmer Point Stag, which I can flicker my Air Servant with to get the stasis cell off for a turn. I'm hoping that she doesn't notice and she forgets to use the ability to move it over to my Silent Arbiter. This could work perfectly. I'm going to cast Glimmer Point Stag.
Gross.
You know what it does?
No.
Oh. 3/3 vigilance. When Glimmer Point Stag enters the battlefield, exile another target permanent. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next unstep.
I'm going to move that stasis field to your Silent Arbiter.
She can just move the stasis spell right back over, and I'm going to deck myself.
How many cards are in your library?
5.
Draw 2?
I'm gonna tap down the last flyer you have. I'm gonna attack Dak Faden for 6.
Dak, you did a good job. I wasn't gonna ult you anyhow. Move that stasis field to your air servant. I attack you with the remaining 1 flyer.
No effects here.
Okay.
For 1?
Yep.
I'm at 3.
I play another stasis cell on your remaining creature.
Okay.
Go.
I will draw my last card in my library.
Yeah, I've got nothing.
Good game.
I won? Dak Faden is the best thief in the multiverse because he stole that game for me.
Conspiracy as a whole, I have to admit, I was a little skeptical. And actually having played it out, it was really fun.
It was a really fun format.
It's exactly the sort of crazy, splashy, swingy, back and forth, everybody gets to be a supervillain that I'd hope most conspiracy games will be.
And with all these new mechanics, these conspiracy cards, these Will of the Councils, it just makes for an interesting dynamic flavor. I was really impressed.
Conspiracy as a whole is a blast. All I can think about is when I can do it again.
I go to Lady Planeswalkers Night every month in my hometown, and I am going to say we need to play Conspiracy when that comes out because that was really fun.
I mean, everyone got to do everything their deck wanted to do.
The game felt deep. It was fun. There was a lot going on. It didn't feel like it was pandering necessarily to players that wanted these sort of goofy situations. I would play that again for sure.
Everything went according to plan.
Yes, indeed. Wait, what was the plan?